Kage Nation. You know it, because I said it once before. But I guess you don't know it this time. Actually, if you look at the thumbnail and the title, I guess you do know it. We're going to be playing some Plague Inc. So we're just going to do a normal version, main game, bacteria. We're just looking for a quick game. Well, it's not called COVID. That would be weird. Alright, let's call this disease Kage Neurosa. Kage Neurosa. What? You can unlock genes for it to start with? That's cool. Let's go ahead and just start it with no extra deals. I guess I did a screenshot, not a recording. Okay. So, welcome to Plague Inc. Touch the country you want to start in. Let's start inside the US, like I start everything apparently. One person infected, ain't nobody. Kage Neurosa begins in the US. I think the last time I began something that said China, something like that. So, I mean, there's quite a bit of people here who... Oh, I'm already infecting tons of people. I got 5 people infected altogether. You know, that means something good, though. Especially whenever you take into account, any type of exponential growth, then I'm gonna go from like 5, I'm almost at 10, but once I start getting my symptoms and stuff, that's the bad thing. I want to start the transmissions first. So right now, my disease, it's smaller than like anything else. They're not worried about it. It's not gonna do anything to anybody. So right now we just got like a Tylenol based destroy type thing. But what if we add it to livestock? That's gonna make more people... Oh, hey, look, I unlocked human. That's gonna make more people, get sick faster. Kage Neurosa, I guess, is now somewhat discovered. But ain't nobody working on a cure for it because it ain't done nothing yet. It ain't killed a single damn person. Begins to spread.
Flight 291 is now boarding.
Apparently it ain't Western New Guinea. Think what would happen in real life is a hyper-realistic model of the real world. That's true. They did do this to be realistic. That's why I'm going to speed this up. That's not why I'm going to speed it up, but I am going to speed it up. Alright. So, everything's going so much faster now. People are going to be getting more sick. People are going to be noticing that they're going to be getting more sick. Okay, so let's add blood into the equation. Considering the fact that blood is something that transmits a lot of diseases, it is true. So we're adding blood into the equation to see just how bad we can make this. Country information. Find out more about the country. Click on it. Oh yeah. So pretty much right now, all of my people are in the deal. I just now affected hundreds. Whenever COVID had infected hundreds, we pretty much heard about it pretty quickly, so... But, at this moment, my disease still ain't doing nothing to them. That's the point. I want it to look like it ain't gonna be a bad disease. See, because now that I'm growing exponentially... Oh, it's already starting to mutate on its own, see? So now, the coughing, that's with, like, almost any disease. There's a lot of diseases that have coughing. Alright, well, let's go ahead and come here. Let's add to the symptoms here. Let's do insomnia. And let's do nausea. So insomnia and nausea. There's something similar to that. It's like I think it's called like the Walking Dead deal where like because of that combination, I can have like gray skin or something like that. So I mean, it's basically along the same similarities. So we've already infected 11,000 people. And I guess we're going by days here, because there's been quite a bit of days. Alright, so now we're actually spreading to different areas. This is where we're going to start getting our main people, because once we go up to Mexico and stuff, and we go out to places with less hygiene, you know, stuff like that, we're going to notice that we're going to be able to use our abilities a lot better. So it's going to make it to where simple Tylenol, stuff like that, can't affect our disease. So we're going to spread a lot more faster. At this point, I mean, yeah, we're going to spread. Also, you might be wondering why I'm wearing the same jacket that I was wearing a couple episodes ago inside of Solar Smash. It's because I'm recording this right after, just so y'all know. Get the most out of my recording time. Whew. Now we've definitely got a lot more people infected. So, transmission is still important, because at this point, you know, they're going to start noticing. Ooh, now we're doing cysts. That's like these bubbles underneath the skin that don't pop those. Ugh. See, now we've infected more than HIV. That's actually an accomplishment, if you ask me. Rash? No, I don't think so. The explosion of infected material increases the risk of infection. Alright, so let's add this and this. Alright, so this right here is going to help us, like, they're going to start noticing that it's going to become a very scary disease. It ain't killing anybody yet, but it's infecting a ton of people. That's the point of the disease. Man, now let's go ahead and go through insects more, because insects are everywhere and they can fly across tons of lands, so this will help. And the fact that there's still other things happening inside the world is going to help us, because they won't notice our disease as much if there's a lot more important stuff happening. Alright, so symptoms. Now this right here is where I'm just going to go bat crazy, you know what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Alright, so that's here. So the fluids inside the lung thing is kind of like how COVID does its thing, where it like creates the fluids inside the lungs and then just like, oh my, that's insane. Oh, well, that worked. Alright, so the government still don't quite know what's going on, which is beneficial to me. However, using this stuff right here, I'm gonna want to make it harder for them to pretty much stop my disease. Wow, we have infected billions by this point. Oh, I didn't like that. The sound. Ooh. So we've infected more people than the common cold by this point, which is a good thing. Alright, so abilities. I said we want this to be very resistant, because before we kill off everybody, we don't want them to stop it from happening. They've got 6% on a cure, so they're fighting for this. They're actually trying their hardest. 9%, 10%. See, it's going up quick on their cure rate. That's why making sure that they can't change it, which the reshuffle thing, COVID did that a couple of times. So this right here is gonna start, as you can tell down there, it's infecting tons of people. Alright, so this time we're gonna want to give it to rodents. There's rodents everywhere inside the planet. Same idea behind the Black Plague. It infected rodents and killed tons of people. So here. Internal hemorrhaging. That means they're gonna be bleeding from the inside. That ain't a good thing. Because see, now we're starting to get up there on death rates. we just now gained a new symptom without even trying. We killed more than the Black Death Plague. Ooh, hear the bells toll. Alright. So by this point, I mean, they're already 20% of the way through on their cure. That ain't good for me. But what is good for me, ooh, placed on a watch list. I got an achievement for that. Alright. So now we've pretty much infected almost the entire planet, it seems. Oof. Cure's 25% complete. That is not good. Oh, it looks like they shut down ports there before we were able to reach it. Our symptoms mutated without us even trying again. So let's go ahead and give them seizures. You're not going to be doing very much if you're having a seizure. Now, this right here is difficult for me to add stuff like that, because that means that it's going to start taking a lot more notice, even though, yes, tons of people already noticed by this point, because we've killed a lot of people. But we haven't quite proven that it can't be stopped yet, because they're 38% of the way done with this deal. Ooh, spontaneous infection in Greenland. What's that up here? Yep. So even though they shut off airports and made it to where nobody could get over there, they started having the disease. That's from the bugs, that's from the waters, from the air, that's from all those ways of transmission that we have accepted. Which, let's go and make birds part of it, because, well, let's face it, birds are already part of it. Alright, so sneezing and diarrhea are causing unwanted accidents, lowering productivity, and drawing attention to the Kage Neurosia. Uh-oh. I just drew attention to myself. That ain't good. Paranoia in New Zealand. Wait, but wasn't paranoia one of my effects anyways? Oh, that's good. That means that they're not going to cooperate towards making that cure, huh? Ooh, 50% of the way done on that cure. That ain't good for me. But look at the infection rate. That's the exponential growth that I was talking about. As soon as you start catching a niche on something, it grows to an insane amount. And you know, it's sad. Like, I'm showing y'all me playing this stuff. My dad's like way better at this game than I am. Alright, let's see here. Symptoms. Skin lesions. Breaks down into the epidermis, causing large wounds which significantly increase infectivity. Ugh. That don't even sound like something I'd want to see. But let's do it. Argentina and anarchy. See, more good news for me. They're only 57% of the way through this cure, and I've already killed over 4 billion people. Out of like 7 billion people that's on the planet. So now I'm starting to worry, because they're shooting around this cure a lot more, because nobody else is worrying about like anything else. The rest of this planet, they aren't worried about it. I have the biggest problem with the fact that I'm not growing any bit faster now, because I've pretty much infected so much of the world. However, on the upside, bacterial resistance, making it harder for them to do that. Man, I'm starting to imagine this is what COVID was doing whenever it was going through its whole thing there. Projectile vomiting symptom combo. Coughing and vomiting are causing the infection to projectile vomit. Wait, the infected to projectile and vomit, increasing the infectivity of the Kage Neurosia. By this point, as you can imagine, there's probably going to be like martial law in some states. They're not going to be allowing anybody to go out to do anything. You know, I mean, I wouldn't be letting anybody else to do that either. I mean, look at the population that's left. There's almost nobody left. So, I mean, what are y'all thinking about this game? I really like it. I like the fact, like, I've played this game before, as y'all can tell. But this is just like a challenge to myself, seeing how far I can destroy it. Profuse bleeding symptom combo. Hemophilia and skin lesions are causing the infected to have more blood pouring out of their skin. So this is which was the one that was making people bleed from their pores stuff. That was one that started in Africa. It was really bad. But look at that. Oof. I don't think they're going to be anybody alive to finish this cure. Immune suppression symptom mutated. Kage Narosa has mutated and developed the immune suppression system without DNA points. Alright, so pretty much what that means whenever it says that is that means that your body's not going to be fighting that disease like it should be. Because the way your body fights disease is once it gets a tiny taste of it, mainly inside the dead cells, your body says, no, that's bad, and it learns how to fight it off, making it harder for you to catch that disease. Okay, but at this point, now Ardell's pushing past that and saying, no, we're going to get you. Oof. So I think this might be my last video I do today. I did quite a bit of videos today. Oh, there's barely anybody left. So I'm really starting to think that I was right on being able to kill everybody off before the end of this episode. Ooh. Let's see, world cure. What's this cure information? Alright, so the cure research contributors right now are New Zealand, Canada, and the Middle East. That's not very many places to work towards that cure, so that cure's going super slow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, I killed Japan. I like Japan. I want to go to Japan one of these days. So you see, they think they're sneaky. I see that blue plane flying back and forth. By this point, though, there ain't no way that they're going to stop it. Especially when you've taken into the fact that for a normal disease, to stop it, let alone just finding a way to kill the disease and do all that, that takes years. Years and years. You know, there ain't no way that you're going to get a reliable cure and just months of doing it. That's rushing something that if you rush it, only makes it worse and makes it evolve and kill more people. So that's why I'm doing it this way is the best way for us to, you know, do it. Because at this point, they aren't stopping this. I eradicated most of the life on the planet. I have there's not very many people left. Claim. Let's see if we can't mutate like anything else. We've already mutated as much as we could. I got quite a bit of achievements for doing this one too. That was actually pretty cool. I didn't expect that. I mean, so far, what are y'all thinking about it? I mean, what are you thinking? Wait, 15? Can I buy anything with 15? No. I just gotta watch this world die. There's like 100,000 people left. That's all I'm gonna say. And they've only got their cure stopped going up because I guess all the scientists are dead. That's good for me. Now, one cool thing about humans and stuff is if it stays long enough, we can learn to adapt to this by our body learning how to kill it off. But with the way that this grows, there's no way that anybody would be able to stop it. And I'm gonna just declare myself the victor already. I mean, there's like 3 people left. 0. Victory. Let's look at our graphs here. I'm just curious exactly how this went and stuff. You see my strategy behind it though. Using the real life stuff that we already know by diseases, I'm able to kill off pretty much everyone on this planet by, oh, look at that. Infectivity all the way up. Just by those symptoms I chose. Most infectious disease ever. They're gonna get to the people. Okay, to start out with, it wasn't very severe. That's the point. And it definitely wasn't lethal. There's no way it was going to kill people. If it was going to kill people, then the government would have been like, all right, then we're going to stop this disease before working on anything else. So I wouldn't have made it very much further from that. But silent but deadly, just like a fart. I shouldn't have said that. All right, see here. The world graph. It went from healthy, almost everybody was healthy. Oh, wow. And it pretty much shot straight to everyone dead after that. That's insane to think. that we could do something like that. And the fact that we actually could. We can create diseases that do that. Cure requirement. Whoa, we were just out of the reach of the cure requirements the entire time. Research conducted. Oh yeah, I could see right there from the first part. The time 32 months, right? For them to find a cure. They didn't start their cure at the 32 months mark like they were supposed to. So it stayed at them at 0. By the time I made it to 81 months it would take them to find a cure, they had only made it up to 49, oh man, a little bit in between 49 and 57 months. Not allowing them to make it past us. So, 882 days is all it took for this disease to completely eradicate the planet. I don't want to do that just yet. And it was a pretty complex DNA sequence right there. Ooh. Well, I mean, I'll look at that later. I'm probably going to play a couple of the air types for y'all on that. But for now, that's the end of this episode. I really hope that y'all liked that episode, because that was just me trying to kill off all the humans I could. That wasn't even me just playing around with it. That was complete serious. You know, I'm pretty sure that's like one of the games that almost everybody's played, but you don't truly appreciate the fact that it is designed to be realistic as it can. It is designed to be as realistic as possible. And that's what it achieves. It achieves being realistic. Thank y'all for watching this video. I hope y'all really liked it. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next episode.